Mastering negative forms and questions in English modal verbs. Hello there, learners of the English language. Today we're diving deep into an important topic: combining negative forms and questions in sentences, specifically within the context of modal verbs for obligation and necessity. This might seem tricky, but don't worry. We'll break it down step by step so you can confidently use these constructs in your everyday English communication. Modal verbs are a unique type of verb that help us express things like ability, possibility, permission, and, relevant to our discussion today, obligation and necessity. The modals we'll focus on in this video are must, have to, should, ought to. The negative forms of these modal verbs are created by adding not after the modal verb. Must not, often contracted as mustn't. Do not have to, often contracted as don't have to. Should not, often contracted as shouldn't. Ought not to, often contracted as oughtn't to. These negative forms help us express a lack of obligation or necessity. Questions involving modal verbs are formed by swapping the order of the subject and the modal verb. You must go becomes must you go? They should try becomes should they try? Now, to form a question with negative modal verbs, you just need to apply the same rules. You mustn't go becomes mustn't you go? They shouldn't try becomes shouldn't they try? Remember that the negative form questions sound quite formal and are less commonly used in everyday conversation. Let's now look at how to combine negative forms and questions within sentences. It might feel a bit tricky at first, but with a little practice, it'll become second nature. Here are some examples. Mustn't we leave now? Implies we are under an obligation not to leave now. Don't we have to finish this? Implies we are under no obligation to finish this. It's important to note the slight difference in meaning when compared to their positive forms. It's time to put what we've learned into practice. Try to form negative questions with these sentences. 1. You must be here at 8. 2. They should respect the rules. 3. We have to complete the assignment. Check your answers. 1. Mustn't you be here at 8? 2. Shouldn't they respect the rules? 3. Don't we have to complete the assignment? And that's a wrap on combining negative forms and questions with English modal verbs for obligation and necessity. Remember, practice makes perfect. Keep practicing these structures and soon you'll be using them effortlessly in your English conversations. Hope you found this video helpful. Stay tuned for more exciting lessons to continue improving your English skills. Happy learning!